Hello, I'm Michael Cornfield of 720 Strategies. Welcome to this We Work for Health advocacy webinar entitled Calling Congress. Like all our advocacy webinars, this session is designed to help you learn the protocols and nuances of a particular form of public affairs communication so that you can prepare, deliver, and follow up on a message with maximum effectiveness. Today's topic is calling Congress, adding your voice to the debate. We'll start by talking about why placing phone calls to House and Senate offices really matters, especially if you do it in an organized context and a professional manner. Then we'll go step by step through the process, as facilitated by We Work for Health. Finally, we'll present a few do's and don'ts. First, it's true. Your call as a constituent really is important to legislators. Here are a couple of quotes from a recent survey of congressional staff which illustrate why they pay serious attention to constituent communications, provided that they do not suspect any monkey business. The third quote you see is from a political scientist who has studied the policymaking process, and it shows the consequences of not calling Congress when there is an important bill before them. Officials will then assume that the side that called cares more about the outcome than the side that didn't. The sequence of calling Congress will generally start with an action alert requesting that you call your legislators. Of course, you can call Congress at any time on any issue, but the intensity factor really comes into play when lots of people call at the same time. The software package used by We Work for Health will guide you through the rest of the sequence, taking you next to a virtual call sheet page. Here, you'll see the names of your elected representative and senators, their office phone numbers, recommended hours to call, and talking points for the conversation you will have. Of course, you'll want to read through the talking points before dialing. We'll have more to say about the content of your conversation in a moment. Please note that you can print out the alert for your convenience. Please note also that the template has feedback fields for you to fill out after you make each call. Feedback is a very important part of the process. Your first goal as a congressional caller is to get transferred to the right staffer. To accomplish that, you need to identify yourself to the person who answers the phone as a constituent and briefly explain the purpose of your call. I'm calling to urge the senators support Senate Bill 1234, the FDA Reform Act, or I'm calling to thank the senator for co-sponsoring Senate Bill 1234, the FDA Reform Act. Now, there's no need to launch into your spiel until you've been transferred, usually to a district or legislative specialist. Every once in a while you may get through to someone even higher, even the official, but most of the time you will be speaking with someone the office has designated to field constituent opinions. Once connected with the right person, you should be prepared to speak uninterrupted for no more than 30 seconds. Repeat who you are and why you have called. Ask for the name and title of the person you are speaking with and write it down. Make the case for your call in 3 to 4 sentences. Explain why this legislation matters to you and many other constituents who will be affected by it. Then pause. The staffer will either thank you or talk with you for a while longer. Now, in the event you reach the voicemail of the right person to whom you've been transferred, identify yourself and the reason of your call, similar to what you did with the person who answered the phone, and request a callback. Now, let's suppose the staff person wants to hear more from you. Have a cheat sheet ready for that. Perhaps the download of the talking points along with a few notes you've made to personalize your appeal and set it in the context of other constituents. But don't venture beyond what you can verify. There's nothing wrong when you call Congress with answering a question with, "I don't know." In fact, it gives you an opportunity to reconnect with the staffer and start to build a relationship with that person. Say, well, I don't know, but I'll find out. What's the best way for me to get back to you? Try to get individual as opposed to office email addresses and phone numbers from the staffer. Now, most of the time, the entire sequence of making a call will take no more than 5 minutes. They are busy up on Capitol Hill, and so are you, especially during an activation over a controversial and pending vote. So, what about a few do's and don'ts for calling congressional offices? First, smile as you talk. Believe it or not, listeners respond favorably. They can tell somehow that someone on the other end of the line is smiling. Second, don't pretend there is only one side to the issue. Acknowledge the validity of the other side, because a member of Congress will do that. Third, don't mention campaign contributions or the next election. It is inappropriate, and believe me, it's understood without having to make it explicit. Fourth, and finally, do remember to close your conversation with a sincere thank you for the opportunity to convey your views to your elected official. After you've completed a call, please take a minute or so to describe how it went in the feedback form on the web page. This is valuable intelligence for the campaign. And after you have completed the entire round of calls, use the online form to tell a friend or a few about the importance of this activation. What you do when you call Congress will send positive ripples throughout our political system. It's true. In our system of government, everyone benefits. You, your friends and family, your co-residents in the community, district, and state, your company, industry, stakeholders, and shareholders, and your nation when a citizen communicates with elected officials. Until next time, I'm Michael Cornfield of 720 Strategies. Thank you for your time.